Hey there, everybody. It's Monday night, which means it's time for another Toypixx live stream. And first question, what are you drinking? I need help, so clearly, smart water. And if I drink too much of this, I'll have to invent something called dumb water. Drink some of that to level me out. These are terrible jokes. My apologies. I am going to take a quick swig. There we go. Now, for tonight's live stream, we're going to be talking about all the craziness that we ended up seeing over the weekend at New York Comic Con. There wasn't tons. There wasn't a lot added after we talked about them on Thursday. But then there was also some stuff I missed talking about on Thursday. So we'll get back, look at some of that and everything else. So if you're catching this on the replay, let me know. What was your favorite reveal from this weekend's New York Comic Con? Now, little business to take care of real quick, just because it's me. This month's Patreon photo contest theme is Halloween. I still haven't made the graphic for that, but go ahead, send in submissions to toypixx@gmail.com. If you're on Patreon in the Grande tier or higher, which is the $5 tier. This month's winner will receive a Cobra Viper and an armored Cobra Commander. And yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll make that graphic. I even worked a lot yesterday and just didn't make the graphic. So yeah, go me. Anywho, let's get to the chat. Have some fun. Sci-Fi, good to see you this fine evening, sir. Let's see, greetings and toytations, everyone. Greetings and toytations to you as well. NYCC is over, but that talk is just starting. Yesterday, a teaser trailer for Wonder Man went up. It shows the original hero in a couple of his outfits on film. Oh, great googly moogly. Then we see a reboot movie being made, and they're looking for his replacement. So, a little meta. Hang on, I got something that just popped up on my, let's see. Yes, I would like to quit that installation. Shut up, whatever cleaner Microsoft product you're throwing in front of me. Anyway, then we see a reboot movie being made, and they're looking for his replacement. So, a little meta, fourth wall breaking nod there. The 8-episode live-action series will be available on Disney Plus January 2026. Thanks for that, Sci-Fi. I saw the teaser. I'm hoping we get a real trailer sometime between now and then, because it didn't do much. I needed to do more. Let's see, the X-Men 97 Season 2 trailer has been leaked online, and it's all about Apocalypse, past, present, and future iterations, several cameos of other heroes, villains, and teams, while just like the first season, showing characters using their powers in new and more creative ways than previously seen in books or film. A new Marvel Studios film and TV slate up to 2026 was shown, with an X-Men film possibly in 2028. A Punisher show, Daredevil Season 2, Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, and several other projects. Just remember, a lot of these can change or be dropped altogether, which they have since, I'm assuming, done after Endgame. Lots of toy talk. Heck, go check out 5K Toys on the Book of Faces. They're still showing off stuff from growing toy companies that look out of this world. Ramen Toys showed off how sturdy their Super Musk is, and if you pre-order it, you will receive all the tiers, including the lighted phone booth. Articulated Ninja did a fantastic comparison between this and Donatello's, and let's see, I'm assuming Donatello's lab. Let's see, and Night Force Tunnel Rat for, let's see, Friday was pretty good haul. I think it skipped something on you. Hold on, let me see here. Now, maybe it skipped something. Maybe something went out of order. We'll see if we can fix this later on here, Sci-Fi. Let's see, Friday was a pretty good haul. Amazon has the $60 Odin figure available for $40. Bought him Saturday, and he arrives today, thanks to all the mob bosses from Spider-Man, Punisher, and Daredevil. I, as a fully grown adult, can play cops and robbers. Welcome, Dano. If you're a Mondo 6-inch fan, then you'll love the fact that they showed off Janine. I thought Janine was pretty funny, actually. with desk phone and a couple of ghosts hiding in her drawers, the drawers of her desk. What were you retrobates thinking? I mean, I thought it, but I'm a proud retrobate. They also showed Ray and He-Man 2000 figures and SWAT Cats from the 90s Cartoon Network series. That was a teenage to adult show that needs more love. Anton, don't worry, Sci-Fi Charge. Check your comments and everything is good. The master gave me some problems again. But of course, I defeated him. That's how you roll, Anton. Good to see you this fine evening, man. Sci-Fi, you are a mensch and a heck of a steam time lord, good sir. Hasbro showed off the Arctic Hiss tank, white, black, and red. It comes with a driver, but not sure if it has lights or any other features that the previous HasLab does. Price point wasn't discussed. I saw that, and I'm kind of curious about what's going to go on with that thing. It'll be interesting. But as somebody that has the black Hiss, the HasLab Hiss, I'm not upset at all. If they want to give it all the bells and whistles and make it mass retail and cheaper for everybody else, if they're able to do that, I would be stoked for everybody else. So hopefully that's what they're thinking. Chances are we're looking at something that's more, I would assume, a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, but who knows? Thanks as always, Sci-Fi. Paul, what's up, man? Hello, sir. Good to see you tonight. Ooh, Star, what's up? All right, here we go. Now it's a party. Now we have a quorum. Let's see, maybe this will be the continuation of what we tried to figure out last time. This will make a fun addition to your Russian, Canadian, or Arctic forces. Again, depending on price point, you might be able to grab a few for the cost of a HasLab. Yeah, that Hiss tank does look pretty good. Thanks as always, Paul, for keeping the people in the loop, chatting, keeping everybody talking. Always appreciated. Star, man, Master June showed no edge runners all weekend. This is so vile. I know. I'm hoping it did really well for him. Pixelated, what's going on, man? Good to see you tonight. Spaded one. Oh dear, kick punch. It's all in the mind. Whoa. Look at this. They're adding all the numbers. Let's see. Highlight of the con was Mezco teasing the next two Gangsters Inc. figs. Proud my most hyped upcoming release. Nice. I saw the one. Who were they? I can't even remember the one. They just teased them with head sculpts, right? What were the head sculpts? What did they look like? Because I'm blanking. I think I saw one, but I don't know that I saw two. Hook, what's going on, man? Hook 2099. Thank you for stopping by tonight. I'm not sure I've seen your name in here before, so very much appreciated. Whoa, Mr. Manson. Oh my. Let's see. OMF shipment coming in tomorrow with Budo. Frosty in my pile of loot, waiting for Shumagorath to be there before shipping that file. Oh, OMF Operation Monster Force. Very nice, Mr. Madsen. That's going to be cool. I can't wait to see what some of those. I need to look up reviews. I know they're out there, but I just haven't been paying attention. Let's see. Thanks again, Paul. Sci-Fi. That's the bi-weekly rundown for today. Now, back to you, Dave, and the incredible, never replicated, always the inspiration and ideal, the esteemed chat. Thanks again, Sci-Fi. Always appreciated, man. Okay, Star, I finally got a pre-order of all 4 LPZZ Arkham figs. As excited as I am for that, they still pale next to my anticipation for Noda's Lord of the Rings. Yeah, baby. Add to that the new Jada Edge Runners. Oh, Star, I'm hoping. So we saw Maine, we saw Rebecca, and we've seen Atom Smasher, right? And then previously released were David and Lucy. So, oh man, I'm wondering how the line did for them, if that's why they didn't put out any others. Again, I think here's how my brain would work. If, say, season 2 does really well, the thing that I would probably do is release just a bunch of characters from season 2, and when you run out of those, you're like, oh man, what do we do? we go back and we start knocking out season 1. So I'm crossing my fingers specifically for you, sir, that they're able to get through there and do that. Because my gut is, as much as we enjoyed Cyberpunk Edge Runners, it just didn't make that big a splash with the general public. But I'm hoping that the second season pulls it off. People go back, watch the first season, and all gets righted on Ship Jada. Let's see, I hate this @ thing in the chat. I think there's a setting where you can change it back in the YouTube studio. You know what's driving me crazy is I always use StreamYard, and when I log into YouTube, suddenly it cuts down on a whole lot of stuff. So what I might do, like it cuts down on a whole lot of people watching and all that. So I might look at that after this, like after the live stream, and see if I can fix it. Fortunately, I know most of you, so we're good to go. But yeah, I'll look into the YouTube studio and see if there's something. I haven't messed with any settings, so that's, of course, what's throwing me off ever so slightly, too. Let's see, Star. Thanks, man. Woo, congrats. Yep, that LPZZ line, that's going to be fun, man. Look, Bandai announced a potential 2-pack for, let's see, Kamen Rider Kuga in his ultimate form, not the Decade version. Day 1 pre-order for me. That's, you know, the one thing, I don't know anything about Kamen Rider, but I do know that every time Bandai shows those figures, they look incredible. So, yeah, man, I'm stoked that you found one that you're thinking, oh, yeah, this is going to be mine. If you heard that, that's my, stop it. You know, I've used Apple all my life. I cannot abide by all these pop-ups. I'm sure there's a setting I got to find somewhere on this Windows machine, but I'm thinking I got to get back to Apple pretty soon. Let's see, Star, Pixel Spade, Hook, what's up, gang? Thanks, Star. Thanks for keeping the people involved. Spaded, dude, that articulated Ninja Musk video got me all lubed up. I'm going to have to go see that. I didn't even know that was out. Let's see, I got my Ghost Vipers and Desert Scorpions last week. Very nice, sir. Congrats. Those Ghost Vipers, like, they all look awesome, especially the Scorpion that comes with the Viper, with the sand. Anyway, yeah, that one. Clearly, I didn't get tons of sleep, guys, so my brain is having even more trouble than it normally does. Star Sci-Fi, thank you, brother. Still going to be a while. Never had one before, so not sure what to expect. If the reviews are anything to go by, Star, I'd say what you're going to expect is some really good figures. See, Hasbro employees refuse to discuss the price for the Arctic Kiss. We'll see. I mean, I'm curious about what that's going to be. I hope that it's going to be more available to the general public. I hope that G.I. Joe, that the line is doing well enough that that can happen. I was at Target today, being right next door, and there are 2 pegs for G.I. Joe. I don't know how that compares with everything else as far as just around the country, but I just, without some big, huge media push that gets out there into the general public, I don't know that we can expect much from like Target distribution and Walmart distribution, which is why we end up with all these exclusives, which sucks. I hate exclusives. Let's see, Pixelated, maybe Hasbro hasn't settled on the price. That could be too. Maybe especially with tariffs are in flux again, so who knows what they're going to do with all that. Hook, I love watching SWAT Cats, and I'm stoked. Mondo is doing what, let's see, with what Mondo is doing, or Mondo is doing it, but I can't imagine getting anything besides the airplane and maybe the motorcycle. See, I don't know SWAT Cats that well. I'll have to go back. We'll go back to the Mondo stuff and look at that a little more, because I didn't even pay attention. Like, I honestly got lost on their Donatello that's the 112 or the 1/6 scale that I want so desperately to see them made into 1/6 or 112 scale. See, that's what I'm talking about with my brain. So yeah, I kind of got lost there, but we'll go back. Star Spaded one. Let's see. Wow, now that's commitment to your hobby. The Arctic Kiss is made to order like several other projects recently. Okay. So at least, I mean, you got your month. I think that's how long the made to order generally are, aren't they? So people will have a chance. The problem is the closer you get to Christmas, the more you're like, oh, I don't know how much of this money I should devote to all this stuff. Especially, they just keep pummeling the wallets. Now, I'm fortunate because I've never been a big snow person. I'm in Michigan. I see it all the time. I don't need a bunch of white clad figures ready to fight in the snow because it's bad. Nobody should ever fight in the snow. It's cold out there. So I'm probably not the right person for that hiss, but one day I might try and load up on a couple more of the black ones. Star Jada's Wave 3 of Scooby-Doo took the show for me. Captain Cutler. Yeah, that looked good. They all look good actually, and I don't even know. I don't know I know my Scooby Doo, but I'm not like a hardcore Scooby fan. If Scooby was on the TV, I might see what's on other channels or streaming services today, I suppose. Clank, what's up, man? Hey guys, that Arctic Hiss is interesting. I need to see the price, even if I don't pick it up. I'm interested in what that means for the other HasLabs. Guys, have you been paying attention, by the way, to to the Tron HasLab? That thing still hasn't cleared 1,000 and they need 10,000. I'm not sure that one's happening. I don't know. But yeah, I looked at that because I'm still, the mind boggles why that was a good idea. It very much feels like Reva's lightsaber to me. Pixelated, I'm not worried about Jada not showing Edge Runners. It seems like Jada decided to attend last minute. Oh, so maybe they have some other stuff in the pipeline. Hook, the Tron HasLab has 897 backers out of their 10,000 goal on their first week. They are almost there. They're so close. They're so close. They can taste that finish line. Spaded, yeah, they just showed the head sculpts. Let's see, Fat Boss and Buff Goon. Okay, got it. Thank you, Spaded. I need to look back at those. Thanks, Paul. Let's see, Pixelated. That's good to know. I'm getting spooked too easily. We're all good. We're all good, Star. We'll be okay. Yes, sir. Let's see. Where'd you find Batman? Oh, there you go. Gotta find out the LPZZ things. I'm honestly really worried Jada isn't going to ever finish season 1 Edge Runners, gang. They've only shown a few other figures, but they've shown like 27 new Street Fighters and stuff instead. That's what I mean. I think everybody knows Street Fighter more than they knew the Edge Runners, the Cyberpunk Edge Runners. So I just don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping that something comes around. I'm hoping that the second season does awesome. Suddenly it breaks into the zeitgeist and people start loading up on all the content they can, looking for figures and all that, persuading Jada to make way more, obviously season 2, and then going back and finishing season 1. But I'm not holding out too much hope for that. I haven't seen much about season 2 yet. So let me know if there's been any updates about that recently. Star Master June said earlier that they stopped on Maine and Rebecca to go back and improve the articulation. That's fine. I'll be right here when they're ready. Okay, that's pretty sweet. I had not heard that. Clank, I'm very excited for the Tron Legacy figures. The articulation was my biggest worry, but they showed them in different poses. Let's see, in different poses and on the bike, and they looked great. Nice. I did see a little bit of that, but I didn't pay that much attention. Paul Bumbusby had some that came up. Wasn't expecting to see them, but jumped on them when I did. Nicely done, Star. Oh, nice indeed. The Tron HasLab does look very nice, but it really has no reason to be a HasLab. They could have easily been regular or even exclusive releases. I wonder about that. Like, I wonder, so if Hasbro decided to do the made-to-order model, right, they would have probably, I mean, judging by the interest of what it is, I mean, now, a lot of people argue that it's way too expensive on HasLab. I don't know. I don't collect 3 3/4, so I'm not sure what prices even are right now. But a lot of people are saying it's too expensive, but still, A lot of people say that about a lot of HasLabs, and they end up smoking every goal out there. So I'm kind of thinking there just isn't an audience. So Hasbro could have done the made to order thing, but they would have taken a bath on it. There would have been probably around 1,000 people that decided to order it. So they would have lost a lot of money on that. And then if they're going to release it to retail or even their own Hasbro Pulse, there's probably a minimum order quantity that they have to make to cover that to keep prices down for people. And what we're seeing from this HasLab is there just might not be that much interest. Honestly, like it might have been Hasbro actually having to put their foot down to Disney and saying, look, guys, we're not going to be able to sell these things. So here's what we were going to do. We're going to make it a HasLab, and we're going to have to charge a lot of money here. And we're going to have to make the goal insane to see if it even works. And what we're seeing right now is it just doesn't work. This might actually have been a smart move on Hasbro's part. They might expect it to fail, and they'll just be pleasantly surprised if it doesn't. So I don't know. I was trying to come up with something for Hasbro there. And with all the other huge investment companies, I'm starting to take a softer stance a little bit. Nah, that's not right, because somebody should step up and put their foot down against those guys too, like BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street, all that. But I'm starting to see when those are the big time investors where they keep saying we need to make more money. So everybody that we're invested in needs to start cutting corners so that we can make more money. I'm starting to see that from Disney. I mean, we've seen it for a while now with Hasbro. Yeah, still, these companies need to put their foot down and maybe get out of being publicly traded. I know that's a drum that I keep beating, but truly, I think when you're in any kind of creative enterprise specifically, you need to be pretty private, I think. Otherwise, any kind of creativity is flushed down the window once they keep making you have to make more and more and more profit, and the customer is the person that gets hosed. And in real business, that is not at all. The customer drives your business, Anyway, Ghost Tab. What? Tab or Tab? Oh, no. YouTube decided to use my handle name. Ah, there we go. Instead of my username, I'm back as Ghost Tab. No, we got you, man. I figured that was probably you. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I didn't change any settings, and yet this is happening now. So I might have to see if they change something on me. Let's see, YouTube says, is a permanent feature, but I've seen another channel where it switched back. Okay, it should. I hope so, man. That is kind of annoying. Pixelated, Spaded One, Street Fighter is probably what's paying the bills right now due to the larger audience for Street Fighter. That's what I would guess as well. Clank, then the Mezco Letterman is an easy buy. I need more Hoods and Rumble Society guys, man. I'm gonna have to look at those, aren't I? Oh, man. Let's see, I'm guessing that the Arctic Hiss will be 150 to 175. I hope it's less than that, but it is Hasbro. That's true. And it's a more complex something than their Apocalypse is, which is 120. Honey Badger 2000. Thanks for stopping in, man. I told myself I'm out on G.I. Joe Classified, then I came across a breaker for $15. Nice, congratulations. Star. I heard that Jada had dropped the Street Fighter Alpha fig since Storm had a head start. Then they showed up at NYCC in the Jada booth with Master June talking about the line. Am I just that out of it? I don't know, Star. You're probably more in it than I am right now. Whoo, Star, the Scooby-Doo reveals were awesome. That is true. That is very true. Ghost Tab, I might have said this before, but Mondo explained in an interview that their TMNT design is based on what would be the fourth movie Turtles would have looked like. I did, yeah. I think you did explain that before. And I heard it, I think Hatter was talking about it too. Like Mad Hatter, once in a while I'm flipping through and I'm like, I just want to hear somebody be hilarious. So I just click on that. Honey Badger, what the fudge is going on with the names? I have no idea, man. Apparently YouTube decided to pull some kind of trickery that I did not know about until we started this chat. So hopefully, Mr. Madsen said that another channel he was watching, YouTube switched it back. So hopefully that'll happen for the next live stream. If not, I'll go into some settings and see what I can do. Paul, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Star, my Scooby Freak friend at work is already pacing in the shop, waiting for waves 2 and 3 to drop. Maybe I'm not the weird one after all. Oh, glory days. Star, I hate to break it to you, but we're all the weird one. Ghost Tab, this is not like the Reba lightsaber. People like Tron. Just not a lot. See, I think the Reba lightsaber was doing better at this point than these Tron figures are. But I could be totally wrong. It is kind of like it, though, because neither one makes sense, I think. Like, one of the things that I'm kind of mystified by when Hasbro for so many years has been pushing the 6-inch figures or like 1/12. I'm kind of surprised they didn't do the Tron stuff in 1/12. I'm just shocked that it went back to 3.75. Now, maybe that was something they thought would work insanely well. They've done many things with that campaign that obviously didn't work insanely well. And while I'm sitting here saying I'm shocked they didn't go to 1/12, maybe 3.75 was the right call. Maybe if they went 1/12, they'd only have like 300 people that have pledged so far. I don't know. See, Mr. Madsen, the Tron HasLab was a forced decision by Disney. They wanted to test the market and comply with Disney. Unfortunately, they are betting 3.75 on it as well. Oh, that's right. That was kind of announced this weekend, wasn't it? Where they want to do 3.75. Is it kind of an overall Hasbro line? We're throwing all our things into 3.75 just to see what happens. But yeah, you don't want to. Hopefully Hasbro's smart enough to realize, yeah, this isn't a real test of 3.75. Pixelate, oh wow, maybe Hasbro will do build to order for other previous HasLabs and the new colors / designs. That would be pretty sweet. By the way, guys, I took a picture for this week's this week's prompt picks. I shot them all yesterday. That's what I was doing. That's why I was busy yesterday. So if you notice no Galactus there, that's because he's on my floor because I haven't put him back yet, just so everybody knows. And the reason I bring that up is he was a HasLab, and it would be amazing if they found a way to do a made-to-order Galactus for less than he cost, because that's a good figure. It's actually, I really like that figure. It would be nice if his head moved a little better, but I'm glad I got that Galactus. Clank, they could have made a good Tron HasLab. It's just they chose the wrong vehicles. It should have been a tank or something bigger, more deserving of a HasLab. Maybe, I wish I knew more about Tron. It seems to me that there still should have been some light cycles included, but for that HasLab, yeah, it seems like something else should be there. Like, I haven't heard anybody say, man, that stand is amazing. That display base is awesome, you know? Like, I feel like people would have much rather had maybe more figures, more light cycles, a different vehicle. Yeah. Also, people finally acknowledge that Toddy McFarlane is still producing DC figures into 2026, which I've been saying for months. Wasn't it supposed to be that he was producing them till about the middle of 2026? Isn't that what the deal was? I could be off, but that's what I'm thinking. But glad you have been vindicated, sir. Spade, controversial move here. I pulled the trigger and offloaded my Jada Street Fighter. I just vastly prefer the look and feel of the Storm Arena stuff. Ow. I kid, of course. No, that seems reasonable. I mean, that stuff looks incredible. I've said it myself that they look like objectively better figures. I'm holding on. I'm holding out, though. I'm holding out. I think my Jada Street Fighter figures are going to get it done, though I might have to. I do feel like I need to test something Storm Arena, so I might go for a Baki or some of those other characters they've come out with just to see what happens with those. Street Fighter, though, I'm probably sticking with Jada. Mr. Madsen, I read the contracts and listened to the interviews. People still didn't believe me until NYCC. Wow, man. You read the contracts. That's sweet. Ghost have Spaded one. Jada is rushing Street Fighter, so Storm Arena won't catch up to them. I'm sure they will keep making figures afterwards. Ooh, great example. Their Mega Man line. Yep, I'm sure you're right. Spaded only achieve rest by admitting that Jada is focusing on quality edge runners and draws breath. That takes time. I'm good with that, man. Like I do enjoy when June comes out and says stuff like that because you know the guy really gives a crap about what he's doing. Sci-fi. I love winter and snow. I'm just not where I'm at. Friday was a great haul for me. Let's see. ESU officers, Desert Viper, Scorpion 25, Night Force, Tunnel Rat at 30 or at 10 on Walmart. Odin is 40 on Amazon. Got strong guy. Nice. All right. So you did have a heck of a haul. All right, let's go a couple more and then I'll bust into some of these New York Comic Con things with their Ghost Tab, with their overwhelming 897 backers out of 10,000. Hasbro could have done a made to order approach. But that's the thing though. They could have done the made to order, but how much would that have cost them to get the made to order going? Like it would have cost them, what was it, a few years ago, at least according to Spectre Creative. I know. But a few years ago, a mold for a figure was $100,000. So that's way more. And from what I understand, smaller figures don't necessarily cost much less than larger figures. So today, a mold for one figure would be way more money. Now, what do they have there? Do they have two molds that they're using? And then they're using a bunch of different head sculpts and all that. So you wonder how much of those figures can fit in a mold versus like, do they just need 2 or 3 molds to make them all, or do they need 5 molds? My point is, I think Hasbro, based on what we're seeing numbers wise on Tron, if they'd done a made to order, they would have taken a bath on it. Like they would have had their minimum order quantity of whatever. They would have made all those and sold maybe 10% of what they made and lost a whole lot of money. That's my only thing with the made to order thing. Like all their made to order things are gambles, which is why you can see that they're going for the surefire stuff when they do the made to order. Though the hiss could be an exception. That'll be interesting. But Mephisto, everybody was waiting for Mephisto. Everybody loves anything X-Men, so Apocalypse was key. Who was the other? Oh, Dragon Man. I think people really want Dragon Man because he was one of the only Build-A-Figures they hadn't made since Toy Biz. So they're going for the sure bets when they do the made to order. And I just don't think Tron is enough of a sure bet. Mr. Matson, the Tron market isn't big enough to produce on its own. It has to be a HasLab made to order. The MLQ is too high. Minimum order. Yeah. I think that's what's up. I think that's honestly what's going on. But that's what I'm saying too. I don't think they could have even done a made to order. I think they would have taken a bath on it. Sci-Fi and Budo, my new Iron Man, Mandarin standing. What? So you got the Mandarin in the suit too? Spaded, Ghost have, I think they really shine with that random stuff like Mega Man. The mascots are amazing, and there's no other option for that kind of stuff. The Scooby stuff looks ideal for them. Yeah, it would be nice if they started going a lot more Hanna-Barbera. Star, Mr. Matson, I so agree with you. Those Scooby figs are amazing, and I'm not a fan. All right. Let's start looking at some of this stuff. Now, I'm showing a Transformers page here because I went nuts. I did, in fact, order Windcharger, and I ordered Thundercracker. My G1 Season 1 is starting to look pretty good, but now I want like G1 Season 1 through the movie with a few Season 3 characters as well. So things are getting a little crazy, but I've got the list of what I want. The only way I'm deviating from that for now is if they make new characters in the future. So yeah, I had to pre-order these guys. Pretty excited about them. Now, there were a couple things that were announced that I think weren't announced when we chatted Thursday, but maybe. They're doing the Timelines Transformers. They're continuing that line. with a samurai kind of looking Optimus who is a ox pulling a cart. Yeah, there we go, which is different. I like it. I usually like stuff like this, and I don't hate this, but again, I gotta keep it in my wheelhouse for collecting right now. But I think he looks really cool, honestly. And then they showed Starscream, who people are like, why is he giving Air Razor vibes? Which makes sense. I totally see that. He looks cool. I think the Prime looks cooler, but that's all I got on them. And then there was one more thing shown off that you guys will probably want to see. Speaking of, everybody's always telling me about the Energon universe and how great it is. Hasbro is making an Energon Optimus Prime, Energon like Skybound Energon Prime, complete with the Megatron arm. Now, here's the thing that I keep seeing, and I have no interest in this, so I haven't looked into it much. I know I need to get better at that. But I think I'm seeing $80 for this thing. Is that right? Like, are people, I mean, that's a 55 or whatever. If their price increases hold, I'm sure it's like a $60 figure. And I'm kind of surprised that they're charging 80 for it. Unless this is another made to order and I am unaware. So give me some details on this Optimus Prime with Meg's fusion cannon. And it might also be, I think that fusion cannon might be, hang on, I'm looking at mine real quick. It might be a little more, no, that's a little more Energon universe, isn't it? I was going to say it might be a little more accurate to G1, like the cartoon, but I'm not sure it is. Anyway, there is that Prime. Looks good. I love my Studio Series 86 Prime. I can really get him posed up pretty well for a Transformer. So I'm excited about that. But because I haven't read the Energon books or anything else, this just looks like a weird amalgamation to me. So yeah, I'm not so excited about this. So if you guys have any details, let me know in the chat, and I'll head right there right now. Ghost Tab, Spaded One. The moment Jada announces they are doing the Scooby-Doo, guest, it will blow up. Harlem Globetrotters is day one pre-order, in my opinion. That would be, those would probably be my faves. I wish, let's see, they do have a deal with Warner Brothers, like Hanna-Barbera is Warner Brothers. So it would be nice if they could make Batman and Robin to go with the Scooby Company. That'd be kind of fun. Toy Odyssey, what's up, man? The New York Comic-Con reveals were very underwhelming. I think I agree with you. There wasn't much that really stood out to me. Thanks, Paul. Let's see, Spade the Toy Odyssey, especially after that wild WonderCon the week prior. That is true. That is true. But it sounded like a lot of stuff's going to be shown off in London. And what is that, this weekend or the following weekend? Whoo-wee. Fact Pixelated. Hasbro has been caught holding the bag a few times, like with Transformers 1. So if Hasbro pushed back on Disney, that would be great for their business. Hasbro has to have some say on what to ship. I totally agree. I think they need to start putting their foot down a little bit until Disney starts making stuff again that the general public is really excited about. But we'll see. Obviously, Disney's a much bigger company, so it makes it a little tougher to put your foot down. Ghost Tab, from what I understand, the Letterman figure is the Wesley Snipes character from White Men Can't Jump. Yes! Oh, not cool, because I might need that. For the ones that want to switch their names, click to your profile picture for profile settings and change your handle name on your username, then hit publish. Oh, there we go, guys. All right, go for that. Let's see if that works. I'll leave that up even for just a minute. And I'll read it again. For the ones that want to switch their names, click on your profile picture for profile settings and change your handle name to your username, then hit publish. Now I'll take a swig and leave that up on the screen a little longer because, yeah, this is This is very weird. I'm glad you know what's up, Ghost Tab. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right, I think Hasbro had other things in the back burner, and now, of all times with the movie, we're given the work order to make the Tron figures. 112 for Tron Legacy. See, and I think those look really good, but I do wonder, are they going to be hosed with that line? Is it going to be Indiana Jones all over again, except worse? Star, I can't wait to see how all these new Batman figs from both LPZZ and InArt turn out. They're all looking pretty stellar. If only McFarlane would put out a Batman fig once in a while. Dang it, I know. I would totally be collecting that line if he just put out one good Batman figure, you know? Sorry, I mean one Batman figure. No, the first one was right. Sci-fi, that Tron HasLab looks like the neon scraps from the Rancor HasLab. It kind of does. It's complete with, except this is plexiglass on the bottom instead of cardboard. So they did learn that anyway. Spaded, that Letterman figure looks like he's about to start rapping at me in the most obnoxious British accent imaginable. Come to Dorster and all bestie is with me cousin Lester. We'll test you, yeah. I don't know why I did that. The Toy Odyssey Tron was never a profitable franchise. Why they thought a Tron HasLab would be successful is beyond me. We talked a little bit about this. I think it sounds like, I mean, maybe Disney just forced their hand and said, you got to release Tron stuff. And Hasbro's like, if we release a ton of Tron stuff, then we're going to lose a lot of money. So even the made to order, I think, model would have cost them a lot of money. So I think they figured, let's just mock something up and let's put it out as a HasLab. That way, if it doesn't fund, all it cost us was the time to mock the thing up, and we can wash our hands of it. I think, I mean, if I'm Hasbro, that's what I'm thinking. But who knows? I don't know what the deals were behind the scenes. Anton, the last of the Time Lords is here. You are, sir. And it's always appreciated when you swing by. Pixelated Spaded One, did you sell your Jada figs loose? Ooh. If I were to do that, I'd have to sell loose. I didn't keep any of the package. Let's see. I had a wonderful time at New York Comic Con, but I've noticed I'm getting older and it's harder and harder to walk the convention floor. Anton, so sorry, man. Do squats. Do many squats. I had to do squats today. It hurts, but it makes it so I can navigate my way around things. And deadlifts are good for the back. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just picking things up and putting them down. Anton, I did buy 2 Doctor Who action figures that were in a 2-pack. One of Johnny Pertwee and the other of a Sea Devil. They wanted $60, so I paid. Was that a good price? I don't know anything about the aftermarket on those things, Anton. Ghost Tab, Jada and Arena can be complementary. I have Arena Ken and Ryu, but I don't like the alpha design for Chun-Li, so I bought the Jada version. It's going to be interesting to see how things go with all that. Spaded Pixelated, I traded them to a local shop, complete with box. Nice. Wait. What'd you get in the trade? Is anyone buying McFarlane today? I don't know one single person who has any McFarlane. Who would have thought? Star, you know, I hope, I mean, I'll be honest, one of the things that was shown was a Spawn, like an old school looking Spawn, cloth cape, extra heads, extra hands. I am so hoping it's a good figure, but I'm not going to jump on it till I see reviews. Like, I want a good Spawn. I ordered the first Kickstarter Spawn, and after a while, I just couldn't handle the fact that I couldn't even move him in his torso, you know? So, yeah. I hope it's a good Spawn, but that's really the only thing that caught my eye from McFarlane. Anton, the Marvel booth in the DC, let's see, proof for a bit of disappointing. Okay, they were a bit disappointing, but they did have some nice stuff there. That's good to hear. The most disappointing thing was they did not do the program that they usually do. I've kept mine for all the years I've gone to Comic-Con. I hope they bring it back next year. Is that the one where you were talking about how they used to do like free comic books? Ghost Tab, for Prime Day, I got on sale the Doctor Doom helmet, Super 7 Molecular, and Black Suit Wolverine. All right. Dude, this Amazon Prime thing, that hooked a lot of people up. Anton, I met the artist who drew Invincible, so I got 2 autographs, 1 graphic novel, which was very hard to find for me, but I got him to sign it, the second part of Invincible, where he slaughtered the, let's see, Pixelated Star. A few folks on the Legendsverse Discord are still buying McFarlane figs. Wow. Guardians, and I met a very nice Scottish guy who had a long, fun conversation with. It's always fun to do that. It is cool to just meet random people when you're out and about, Anton. I totally agree with that. There were so many people there that it was crazy. I think there were more people there than in any past year at all. That's good to hear, at least. Star Pixelated, seriously? Wow, it's all beyond me. Ghost Tab, Hasbro could have done a hybrid made to order with a minimum orders made. Otherwise, cancel the pre-order. I mean, they could have. I guess that's true. But you still would have been waiting forever. On the other hand, they do that anyway, don't they? Pixelated, Tron might just be a dead IP. Doesn't look like people saw the film based on box office numbers. And the things I heard about it, it doesn't sound like it's going to get much great word of mouth either. Like, I don't know what you guys have heard. I've heard basically incredible visually, but totally dead in the story and the character department. And for me, I need a decent story and characters, no matter how pretty the visuals are. Anton, everybody at New York Comic Con said they were interested in seeing the Neutron, but didn't like the main actor at all. The Neutron. I don't know if I've heard about that, Anton. Star, hasn't that Seeker mold been around for a number of years now? It could use an update. That one is actually that's the new Seeker mold, Star. So they did it, and it looks much better than the previous, because I agree. I actually, in all my collecting of trying to get the Transformers I've been catching up on, I was deliberately avoiding those old Seekers because I didn't like them. These look a lot better. Spaded from, let's see... From is like Brussels sprouts. Nobody actually wants them, but every few years they end up. Oh, Tron is like Brussels sprouts. Got it. Nobody actually wants them, but every few years they end up on your plate anyway. You know what? Actually, I've had decent Brussels sprouts, and I didn't growing up. I didn't like the way they were made growing up, but then they went and got crazy with them and put stuff on them and cooked them, and they're actually decent if you find the right place. But no. If you just get them out of the Steam Fresh bag, not at all tasty. Sci-Fi, Budo is my new Mandarin stand-in. Got it, Sci-Fi. Okay, got it. He looks better than the actual suited villain. I just need him for the ring hands. Got it, man. Got it. Wow, I totally missed all that. I got you. It took me a minute, though, Spaded One. My brain, it hates me today. Clank, Tron is not a profitable franchise, but they still could have made a better HasLab. Besides, they're already going in with the 112 line. That's true, and I am curious. Like I say, with the 112 line, it's going to be really interesting to see how it does. I'd be willing to bet. I don't know if I really would be willing to bet, but I'm not sure it makes it past the first wave. Maybe the second. Sci-Fi, Prime and Starscream are based off of Japanese folklore. I heard them talking about that a little bit. I couldn't remember. Is that an eagle that Starscream was based on? Let's see, Ghost Tab, Studio Series Energon Universe Optimus Prime will be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive in the U.S. Pre-orders are live for $79.99. Yep. Man, yeah, that's... Yeah, I guess I'm glad that I haven't read the Energon comics yet. And I'm also glad that media doesn't tend to persuade me that much. I mean, obviously it did from when I was a kid to now, but today's media isn't all that persuasive. But yeah, man, that's a lot for a switched out arm, especially when, I mean, I don't know if that Megatron arm is all new or if it's basically just popped on from the Studio Series 86 Megatron onto the Studio Series 86 up, which we know that we know at least Optimus is all just reuse. So yeah, that's kind of tough, unless what's going on is they're planning on not selling a lot of them because maybe a lot of people don't know so much about Skybound right now, but I have no idea. Pixelated. Hasbro waited a little too long to release the Skybound Optimus. He doesn't have it anymore. Oh, as of issue 25. Their DNA kits to do the same thing as Studio Series. I saw that. I'm curious. I'm more curious, though. I don't care so much about the Megatron arm. I just want a good Optimus head. Like this Optimus, the head's not that bad, but I need a better one. So I need to figure out what to do there. Star, while I don't care for Hasbro Black Series Star Wars, that Darth Vader with a wired cape is quite tempting. Already pre-ordered the Sand Trooper. Troopers are always cool. I might need to go look. I didn't even give the Star Wars team really much of a look at all. Let's see. Anton Data Transformers is from the new comic book series that they're doing. Yep. Oh, knew that. 5K Toys showed off a 4-legged Chinese dragon-style horse mount for 6-inch figures. Okay, that sounds rad. Let's see. Honey Badger Butt. I like Evan Poser and Honey Badger. I wasn't sure which one you were. All right, what's up, Poser? Good to see you this fine evening. Let's see. Russell Lemieux. Tron is a 3D. Let's see. Tron is 30 a fig and 54-ish per vehicle. And might I add, 3.75. I know. It seems kind of crazy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And hey, thanks for stopping in this fine evening, man. Spaded, I got 220 credit for the trade-in. Nice. Star, what's the current state of Doctor Who? So sad to see a classic like Who go the way it has in the last few years. Wishes former greatness would come back. We wish that for a lot of franchises, I think. All right, so that was pretty much, they didn't show much when it came to Transformers that people hadn't already seen. So I'm going to just log out of there. Now let's jump in and check out one of the things that this channel was built on a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Lifeline helping out Big Lob. I hadn't seen these pictures yet, so right now I'm kind of excited. Except for the lack of extra hands, of course. He looks pretty sweet. And, oh, he's helping out the Viper even. Possibly. Oh, maybe not. Run away. But what's Lifeline doing holding his pistol? Oh my gosh. That's not right. Who all out there has decided they need all these figures? Lifeline looks good. The Night Viper. I really like the look of this Night Viper. Again, though, man, ugh, that hurts. That hurts. Spade spent it on Mezco, Captain Nemo, and some figure art stuff. My bro was after that. He's gonna repay me with more Mezco. Nice. By the way, the same anti-Jared Leto aura that surrounded Tron Ares is also going to swirl around the live-action Motu movie because he's Skeletor. Oh, I forgot about that. I knew he was too. Ooh, I hope their marketing campaign and the movie itself really sells the thing. Star, new mold. It looks so much like the last one. That's what I mean. I think, I'm sorry. You're talking about the planes. Yeah, it is. It's a new mold. And I mean, they're going to look similar, but it's got kind of a sleeker look to it. I'll see if I can find, there was a comparison picture going on out and around on the web. Mr. Metz, and I saw Tron Ares. There wasn't anyone in the theater. There's so many plot holes. And let's see, 9 Inch Nails soundtrack pales in comparison. Tron has never been a strong IP. I knew that. And people did say, though, I did hear a lot of people saying the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, story, forget even, like, people I was listening to didn't even bring up plot holes. They just said there was no development and the characters were incredibly boring. So yeah, guess there's that. Sci-Fi Eagle Moss had the rights to Doctor Who, DC, Marvel, Babylon 5, The Expanse, Star Trek vehicles and figures. They've made chess sets. They've been bought by Master Replicas. They're in London. I bought from them. Really? So that's the Doctor Who connection, huh? That's too bad. I loved Eagle Moss. Too bad about them. I don't know my Eagle Moss, clearly. Anton, the program, what is this book with an original piece of art on the conference? Everybody was there and your Comic-Con and a map. That's pretty sweet. I do enjoy getting those books. Like when I went to, so the Comic-Con here is in Novi. There's a couple of them a year. And I went over there. They give you the huge book and it's just fun to flip through. But I'm also not very, I don't like just carrying a bunch of stuff with me. So I probably gave it to somebody or threw it out. But it was cool to look at. Let's see. I meant Tron Ares. Okay. Thank you, Anton. Let's see. Poser. I think Tron 112 figures in at least Mezco quality figures with, let's see, EL wire in the soft goods would sell. I mean, maybe EL wire. What am I not? Is that kind of, you can light up the wire a little bit? Now that would be fun. But I don't know. I mean, how rabid is the Tron fan base? Like they're definitely not Star Wars level rabid. They don't seem to be G.I. Joe level rabid. I don't know. MDLX is doing that same prime with Megatron's arm. I saw that and it looks glorious, doesn't it? Clank, I'm excited for Lifeline. Always love Medics and his accessories are great, especially the little IV bag. Yeah, didn't he have that in the Pursuit of Cobra too? Yeah, that's good stuff. Lifeline was never a pacifist except in the cartoon. The original figure came with a pistol. The Kellogg's version didn't come with any weapons as per their request. I knew that the original had the pistol, and that might be the deal. Maybe I'm totally, like I'm remembering the cartoon, but I'm not remembering his representation in the comic all that well. But hey, all right, so he's good to go. Optimus with Megatron's arm is epic, but what's next? Soundwave with Blaster's chest piece and cassettes? Do it. The 30th anniversary Lifeline came with a rifle. I think Hasbro missed with classified. He should have had the syringe gun that came with Mindbender. Ooh, the 30th had the syringe gun fit in his chest. See, I'm telling you, man, they got to go 30th and POC. They got to get going on that. The holster. Okay. Because did I have... No, I saw Lifeline, but I didn't have that one. The 30th one, I mean. Anton, I'm glad that they gave him a gun because even the medics in the military carry a weapon. This is true. Are y'all sure that Tron Ares is that bad? I mean, this is Disney that we're talking about here. You know, sheer masters of cinematic storytelling and character development. I mean, maybe Star. I could be off. The classified version also has a removable holster on his chest. Nice. Clank, actually, some of Blaster's cassettes are actually Soundwaves undercover. What? I did not know that. All right, let's keep going. Again, I'm glad that we've got these pictures now, too. I've said it a zillion times before, I think photos sell a figure so much more than a render does. It's insane. Hit and run's looking good. God, you know... Oh, we need hand packs. You're killing me, Lenny. Okay, Hasbro's budget people are killing me, but still, Hit and Run looks great. And of course, Shooting the Galaxy absolutely crushed it on all these photos. Man, he is loaded. Look at that. He's got all the gear. I didn't have the original Hit and Run from like, what was it, 88, I think? Let me know. Did he come with all this stuff? Because that's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Big Lob. Okay. Now we've got a use for that basketball body, it looks like. Is it actually, though? I'm not sure it is. No. Maybe the arms, I don't know. Maybe the arms came off a starting lineup figure, but didn't the basketball figures have just an overlay? Like there was no ab crunch showing, was there? Anyway, Big Lob has an extra hand with a basketball and then just a flat palm. That's not terrible. I do love all the stuff he comes with. Oh, there you go with a grenade. And Big Lob makes his move. The crowd goes bananas. The crowd ain't the only thing going bananas. I love it. And I love they've got the basketball hoop up there. Oh, yeah. Somebody's in for a world of hurts. Did he just dunk a zombie head? All right. That's kind of key. Sorry, I had to go through and look at all the big lob shots. All right, hold on. We're gonna go back to that. Let's head back to ye old conversation. Hit and run is a favorite of mine. He came with awesome gear. Sweet. So he did have that stuff. Let's see. Nothing is starting lineup. Like they can't cross the streams. Once I saw that. But the arms, like Big Lob's got to be taller than the rest of the guys, right? Because I can't remember. Roadblock's arms weren't that thin. So I'm just wondering if maybe, I don't know. Big Lob tucks his jersey into his cargo pants. Nerd confirmed. Facts, Big Lob. What a tool. Can't remember. What is this guy? The Mole Rat, stage 2. Brains. Yeah, that was. Big Lob totally dunked a Mole Rat head into that basketball hoop. All right, that's funny. That's quality stuff. And this thing looks really good. I like when they're coming up with their own stuff. I really do. Man, a lot of atmosphere aerosol was used in these shots. Yeah, these are pretty sweet. And we didn't have, I don't know if his tank had any kind of real coverage or showing off his tank. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Let's look at the his tank ever so slightly, ladies and gents. What do we have here? Oh, that's just, hi, we're going to pull it out of the box now. Yeah, it does look sweet. And I would be stoked for people if they were able to go way cheap on this and if it still had all the lights and everything else. I don't imagine it'll have all the lights, not because of the HasLab thing, though they might make that argument, but just because they're not going to be able to sell a ton of them if they add in all those pieces. But I could be wrong, and I hope I am, and I hope they're able to still go fairly low on the price of this thing. It'd help if they could open that back latch so we could see if lights turn on. I can't tell here. I mean, that's a sweet setup. Well, they did open the back hatch, but I don't see, you can't see lights back there. My guess would be this thing's not going to light up. And yet, look at these. I wonder if they set it up so we can put our own LEDs in there. Because that's not just red solid paint. That's different, having the tan in there for the Cobra emblem and all that. I kind of want to see the front of it. All right, take me to the front. Show me like front pictures like you did with the back there, Lenny. Those are sweet. Is that the same rig as the Stinger? I mean, I don't have the Stinger, so this is why I'm questioning it. Got the diamond pattern going. I like the look of this, how it's kind of broken up a bit. Show me the front. And Big Lob makes his move. That's all that goes into my head at that point. Wait, are we done looking at the hiss already? Oh no, Lenny. Why? I assume this is the guy that's going to be coming with the hiss. Cross between a snow serpent and a hiss tank driver. Just want to see a good shot of the front. I want to see if it looks like they left spots for us to add our own LEDs. Sorry guys. I know we've seen live. Oh, here we go. Maybe? Hard to tell there. Give me a more right in front of it look. There we go. Maybe they did. Like, I'm not sure. I doubt they'll add the lights. Again, I'd be happy to be wrong. But if they don't, they did at least leave them so we could add them. It looks like, anyway. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta give it to them on that one. Star, I think that I have yet to see a single G.I. Joe character with anything even resembling standard military issue gear and equipment. Must be nice. Who exactly is supplying the budget for these guys? Wait, Footloose. Footloose. Footloose might be pretty close. Mr. Matson, the basketball hoop in the photos was for starting lineup. That's what I was wondering if that was the same one. But my favorite part is definitely dunking the zombie head. Let's see. I wish Lifeline came with a transfer board. I got nothing. Spaded. Speaking of crossing streams, I noticed the new giant legend Apocalypse as one of the blast effects from classified scrap iron and tank drone. That's right. I knew that looked familiar. I couldn't remember where it was from, though. Some say it's cheaper to keep the lighting stuff rather than take it out. Maybe they're good to go there. My one question would be, when it comes to assembly at whatever factory, I would assume adding the light stuff adds time, which would add cost. So, and they're not going to come out of a mold with the lights, So I'm curious about that. Anton, first day out to survive beachhead. Yep. Currently, it doesn't have the lights. Okay. Thank you, sir. Sci-Fi, the Arctic Hiss looks like it comes with a roll-up tent on the side. Yep. Looks pretty good. Deciding to add lights or not might also be why Hasbro didn't tell us the price. That could be. Maybe they're trying to figure out how to keep it low cost with lights. And if they can't, maybe low cost. I don't know. I can use a snow serpent for the driver. I'd rather have a cold weather suited Cobra Commander that comes with the hiss. Maybe they'll do something. I'm sure that they'll do a Cobra Commander in his coat. See, Footloose, Airborne, Stalker, Leatherneck. There are many that came with standard military gear. Also, they are special ops. So, yeah, there is that. You named off more than I could think of. Leatherneck is standard. I mean, I can see Stalker. I can see Airborne. Leatherneck, though, I'm surprised by that. I mean, I believe you, but I'm trying to think of the colors of the guy and all that stuff. He always looks so bright to me. Pixelated Sci-Fi. Lenny seemed to hint that the included character might not be a driver. Oh, maybe there is going to be a Cobra Commander. That tank looks like a Tesla. Electric tanks. It doesn't even have lights. My God. The tent is solid sculpt. Good Lord. Oh, sorry about that, guys. All right, let's get out of here now. We've covered basically the Joe stuff. Now, what do we have time? Oh, wait, we're doing okay. This will go just like every other night. This will go till 8:30 as long as we still have stuff to say. So let's fire off ye old toy arc here. And let's go. We didn't look at Storm Collectibles, and part of that is in my brain. Storm Collectibles doesn't sound like Storm Arena, so I didn't even think about it. And yet I know they're the same. Wow. Oh, that M. Bison looks killer. That might be a little unfair. I need an M. Bison still, too. Oh, man, that cape is amazing. All right. Yeah. You know what it is? I'm just going to have to make millions so I can get both lines. I am more sold because of M. Bison on Storm Arena than I have been any other figure. Okay, who are these guys? Rock Howard and Terry Bogard. What's that? Let's see here. Oh, Fatal Fury. What do you think? Is anybody going to load up on those? I don't even recognize, like, I recognize Bogart. I recognize her, but I don't think it's because, like, I don't know anything about her. So it's got to be just that she's been, I know they've teased this figure for a while. Is it Morrigan? Is that right? She might be one to pick up because she's not Street Fighter. And same with Bogart, but Baki Hanma looks more interesting to me than Bogart does. Look at all that. Zangief and Balrog. Man. I think that Ken was an exclusive, wasn't he? To the show. Man, I'm just kind of floating through and looking at how cool these all look. That Akuma looks awesome. The M. Bison is the thing that has me just going, wow. That is ridiculous. These look so good, don't they? It's so unfair. What do we have here? I don't know what these are necessarily. What do we have? And I don't see. All right, help me out, guys. What do we have here? I can't make out the logo. And his arms fold all the way. Yeah, he looks good. Spaded, dude, I can't stress enough just how good these Storm Arena figs are. The regular Storm was always good, but the scale scared me away. I just need more head and face options. Yeah, that M. Bison looks so good. Pixelated, they are separate arms just for the crossing. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Madsen. Spaded, look at that dang Akuma, dude. It's incredible. I know. Pixelated, oh, I could be okay with a set of arms just for that pose. King of Fighters. Okay, thank you, Spaded. Let's see. It's an SNK fighting game franchise. Been around for decades. I'm sure I saw it way back when, but honestly, the only fighting game I really got into was Street Fighter. So everybody else is like, look, we know these things. And I'm going, but I don't know these things. I know nothing. And I don't know. These characters don't even, like, maybe this guy with the hair like that, maybe that looks familiar. Maybe this guy that's also painted, but nothing else here strikes me as familiar at all. Like, this guy looks like just generic fighter. Yeah. I mean, let's see here. Vice. Oh, had I just gone a little further, I would have been able to make out the logo. Yeah, that guy looks familiar. That one looks a little familiar. These are going to look great, aren't they? Wow. Okay. That is good looking stuff. Anton, wow, guys, I hope everybody enjoyed your Comic Con and everything, let's see, that was there. So remember, buy more toys, buy more comic books, and always have fun and be safe. Anton, you too, man. Thank you very much for stopping by this fine evening. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Have a great night, sir. Star, have you all seen the new butterfly joint system that Jada is implementing on their new figs? Wow, so nice. Rotational as opposed to just front to back. Balrog looks awesome. I need to look more closely at the articulation, Star. I hadn't noticed that. I love the look of that Balrog, though. In fact, he is already pre-ordered. I pre-ordered him, and who was the other one? It was Balrog. Oh, and Akuma. I pre-ordered those two already. So right now, the only characters that I don't have in my collection, like Vega's in my pile of loot, so he'll be here. I think basically my pile of loot says I have to ship him within the next 3 weeks, so he'll be here shortly. And then I need DJ and M. Bison still. But then I've at least got every character so far represented. Spaded, I'm in on basically any Storm Arena based on a fighting game. I grew up playing any fighting game I could, and I'm familiar with almost anything they can throw at me. Nice. Or bad. I mean, it's all about the wallet. Just make sure that you keep your knife drawer locked. See, show me some Virtua Fighter next, followed with some Soul Calibur. What's the one that everybody keeps? Why can't I? Oh man, why can't I? I keep hearing one brand that people keep firing off saying, man, they're never going to make it. We want it so bad. And I can't. Well, that's not helpful at all. But the companies that would do it seem to be Storm Arena or Jada. See, I pre-ordered the Storm Arena Dan because Jada isn't going to make him. That makes total sense to me. See, if Storm Arena did Tekken, I'd be screwed. Who is it? What was the company that was doing Tekken recently? Like in the last year or two, somebody was doing Tekken, and I can't remember who it was. Star, bring on Punch Out, Jada. Oh, man. That would be, they just need to do like the graph figure. They need to do us. Let's see. Oh, I missed one. Let's see. Spaded, Mr. Manson. They do regular Storm Tekken figs. My first Storm was Paul Phoenix. Great googly moogly. Let's see. Soul Calibur would be a must buy. Oh, there's so many good franchises out there. Storm Collectibles did it, and Bandai USA. Okay, I think Bandai USA is what I was thinking of. Thank you, sir. All right, but the Bandai USA figures weren't good. That sucks. Highly likely Storm Arena shows Tekken, Soul Calibur, and Virtua Fighter eventually. They have all the licenses already. Wow. Yeah, this is pretty exciting. We have, okay, let's go back. Let's get out of here because, yeah, I totally glossed over this part. Now, where else? Oh, yeah, that's right. SWAT Cats. I totally glossed over anything SWAT Cats as well. Or no, maybe we did see the, no, never mind. Hold on. Where'd they go? Hang on, let me get out of here. It's all... I wonder why. Hang on. Did they just show the prototypes for SWAT Cats, guys? God, I love that Donatello. I'm going to get out of there before I get lost in that Donatello again. Or were SWAT Cats more at the beginning? That's Janine. We got Clawful. Yeah, I'm not sure SWAT Cats are here at least. Wonder if there's an updated Mondo area. Still, gotta respect their He-Man figures. These things look amazing. Storm also has a full lineup of Golden Axe, and I'd be a liar if I said I didn't want them in the arena 6-inch scale. Oh boy, Spaded One. Sorry, Mondo. My turtle eyes are set on the Mezco Movie Bros and the Mezco Movie Bros only. I shall not be swayed. I would totally be swayed if they made those a 1/12. But that's kind of, I'm reaching broken record status at this point. All right, let's get out of Mondo here. Hasbro booth stuff. Let's look at, oh wait, we already looked at Tamashii Nation's Dragon Ball, didn't we? Let's see what NECA's got in their horror section. Even though these are a little larger than I focus on, it's always cool to see what they're putting together. I love the look of their figures. I just wish that they were working to improve the articulation a bit, to update their figures a little bit. Like, it makes me nervous that I don't see more from NECA. My target, actually, they shrank the NECA section substantially. which is kind of disconcerting. I don't know. Has anybody else noticed that at their targets? Like right now, honestly, the collector section has way more cards than anything else. I do enjoy the ghost faces that they do. I don't know. Am I looking at stuff that I think they've shown this before, haven't they, or no? Can't remember with Pennywise either. That's a happy guy. We'll leave it there for now. You, NECA. I know. I do need the NECA ghost faces. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their ghost face looks pretty sweet. Spaded. Coolest thing they showed was the high ghost face mask. Yep. Clank, my target is still overflowing with NECA. Okay, at least it's not just, I mean, at least mine, based on what you say, we've got 50-50 shot right now of having a large or a small NECA section. But it used to be the NECA section was almost, I'd be willing to bet anywhere between a third and a half of the collector's section. And now it's mostly more like anime on the left. And then that's also where they might put some Jada stuff once in a while. By the way, it's been forever since I've seen anything Jada in Target. Has anybody else noticed that? Or is it just my Target again not being great? But right now it's more anime, things like Jada, McFarlane stuff is over there. And then just this massive wall of cards. And then just maybe a 4 to 6 foot wide NECA section. It's really not near as big as it was, which is a little disturbing. I just don't want him. I don't want to see him go the way of Super 7. And I know Super 7 isn't officially gone yet, but I at least don't see their Ultimates line lasting much longer. A lot of this looks familiar. I don't know about that, though. Not sure about these different Beetlejuices either. Like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't recall this at all. The Jaws game. Ooh, hey, it's an alien. I watched Oliver and Company the other day. That's right. Judge me. Cheech was in it. He was Tito the dog. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, Skellington. I don't know what to say for all this. I like the looks of it, but I don't really get into it. There we go. We'll stop here. Jaws. Clank, I don't see Jada's in my Targets, only in my Walmart. I forgot Walmart had Jada now. Oh, I might have to. The Walmart's actually closer to the house. So I might have to swing by Walmart at some point. Jada Street Fighter is all over Walmart and GameStop recently. Okay, the GameStop by me closed, so it's going to have to be Walmart I check out. Thank you, sir. Pixelated, while I've seen less NECA and Jada at Target, I've seen more Bandai and other collector lines at Walmart. Okay. I might have to start going to Walmart. Sorry, can't remember the last time I was in a Target or Walmart for that matter. I order everything online now, much larger selection. Yeah, the only thing that stinks is when they have those exclusives out there. So that's when I get hosed. I was lucky to find the red Chun-Li at one point. I've never seen the blue Guile. So I'm kind of on the hunt. And basically, I'm going to have to spend a ton of money to complete my Jada Street Fighters at some point because it's going to have to go to eBay to do it. I judge you as awesome for having watched Oliver and Company. Yes! I think somehow that was just before I think they had their second coming or their renaissance with like Little Mermaid and Lion King and Aladdin and all that stuff. I think it gets forgotten, but it's a lot of fun, man. Clank Mattel showed an alien xenomorph monster high doll too, if anyone likes those. I didn't see anything Mattel. Hang on, let's see if I can find. I mean, aside, I don't think I even looked at. Hold on. Obviously, it's got to be here somewhere, right? Chosen Prime. Oh, and we were going to look at Star Wars stuff too. But I don't even see. Oh dear, this is terrible. Let's see if I reset. Okay, here we go. Toy Art confuses me with the way it's set up. It's like it doesn't refresh with the most recent stuff. Okay, let's look at these original or these official Star Wars photos. Are we looking at Black Series? Yeah, okay. Book of Boba Fett, Boba Fett. I'd be lying if I didn't say it looks good. Like I say, the people that sculpt these things, they do a really good job. Like I can never fault the sculpt on Black Series. It's just their lack of accessories and their movement's not usually great. Although toe articulation, ladies and gentlemen, on Boba. That's different. And I'm trying to see, how did the elbows do here? Nah, looks like you don't get much range out of those elbows. And this is the Vader. He does look pretty sweet. I have gotten to the point, and this is terrible because I didn't want to be this guy. I don't think I'm gonna get. I might make exceptions for some of the Mandalorian characters, but I don't think I'm gonna go outside of the original trilogy all that much when it comes to Star Wars. Like the prequels, the retconning of them, fine. You know, like the retconning via the Clone Wars, and then you get to kind of fill in the backstory for everybody in the prequels. I thought Clone Wars was a really good series for that. But the prequels still just didn't land with me so well. But I think I want to load up on original trilogy stuff. And I hate being that guy. I really do. But like these do nothing. They look cool. Is that a sequel character? Because they haven't been doing much sequel-wise, have they? Clearly, I haven't seen the sequel all that much recently. I think I've seen each of them. I know I've seen each of them once. I think I've seen each of them twice, though, because I tried watching them again on Disney Plus. Because I'm like, nah, man, they can't be as bad as I thought they were. They are. And now we've got Vintage Collection, which I just don't mess with. So let's see. Did it go? Yep, went right to Vintage Collection. You're not wrong, though. Was it you, Spaded, that was talking about this, or was it you, Star, that was talking about this Vader? Skew, what's up, man? Hey, y'all replay crew on break at work. Catch the Esteem chat later. Awesome stuff at NYCC. Thanks for stopping by, Skew. Very nice to see you this fine evening. Yeah, there was some cool stuff. You know what I haven't shown yet is what's on the thumbnail. Star, that's not the wire cape version. This one needs to come with a regular head and chest plate. Star, the wired cape version of Vader comes as a set with Bespin's Luke and the Cloud City dial. I did not see that at all. Okay, hold on. Let's get out of this. I do want to go down here. My apologies, but we did. I mean, that picture is the thumbnail. Let's look at Apocalypse one more time. And it's about time to call it a night, so let's make this the last thing we check out. What's everybody's thoughts on this when it comes to, I mean, the accuracy? We talked a little bit about it on Thursday where it's not my cup of tea because it's more animated and not comic. And I don't know that there's much movement at the waist. But if you're talking parts counts and what you get, I mean, I think it's a good offering, but what's everybody's thought as far as the price? I believe he's $120, right? And I want to see, Anthony's Customs made it sound like there's like a ball peg waist here. And so I'm looking for every image I can to see if that's what's up. It does. It's definitely tilting to the side. He might have a ball peg waist. Ooh. If he has a ball peg waist, I would be tempted. If they ever did him in comic colors, like the same figure in comic colors, I would be tempted. Not gonna lie. I loves me the X-Men, and I don't see I don't see Mafex making an Apocalypse anytime soon. It's weird. I just keep zooming in on the A. These are really good poses they've gotten him in. Oh, look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we do have a ball peg waist on this Apocalypse. All right. Maybe they're learning. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, if they release this guy in comic colors, I would be very tempted to pick him up. Take care, Skew. Thanks for stopping in tonight, man. Star, this looks like a Jada fig. Look at that. That's really, I'm kind of impressed. Like I want Legends to do well. I do. But I don't know as far as the pricing on this guy. I just wonder what everybody else is thinking. Truly, if this were comic colors, I would be very tempted. I don't know that I'd be able to, depending on just time and all that, like as far as money coming in from clients and everything. Although this week, that's the big push, is if you don't see me much on social media, it's because I'm out and about trying to get some clients. Well, I'll get some clients, but because I got to be able to afford this stuff so I can keep making these gosh darn fun videos and live streaming and actually having things that I know what I'm talking about. But truly, look at that. That is a step in the right direction for Legends. I am kind of excited by that picture. Star, I do love this character. I wish he'd come with a set of with the Four Horsemen from back in the day, back in the early X Factor days, back when Angel was captured and reformed as Death. That would be kind of sweet. Let's see, Pixelate, I pre-ordered it. The 97 line is what got me back into collecting. Dude, that is awesome. He looks like he's going to be a phenomenal figure, man. So I can't wait to see what you do with him. Oh, yeah. I'm kind of, that makes me so happy. You guys have no idea. I mean, you know that I've been pushing for ball peg wastes and Legends for forever. The fact that they did it on a figure at this scale makes me think, okay, they've done it on Apocalypse. They did it on Wolverine. What's next? What are you going to do, guys? Keep doing this. This is key. That is what makes this thing, to me anyway, feel a lot more like a collectible, as it can move like it should. Oh, I am excited about that. And I'm not even ordering him. Sci-Fi, I bought Apocalypse on site for 120. 25 points of articulation and 11 key accessories. As long as he doesn't have cell shading, he's a must-have. Plus, he's a great accessory for the regular-sized version. That's true. I didn't think of that. Nostrim B2. Whoa, I don't know that I've seen your name on here. What's up, man? Thank you for stopping in this fine evening. We are about to call it, though. It is 8:34. I usually go till about 8:30, but I'm sitting here right now just blown away by this Apocalypse. Help me out, guys. Okay, I know that I am pickier than most because of what I want from what I'd consider to be photogenic figures. Are you as excited about Marvel Legends possibly moving towards ball peg waists as I am? Help me out. Like, is it just me? Like, it might literally be just me, but I don't think so. But who knows? Help me out. Oh, man. Because it could. It could just be me. Again, I have no idea. That is crazy exciting. Ugh. I'm honestly tempted by this one. Now that I know that that's going on. Oh, man. Star, any improvement is worth its own excitement. I do agree with that. And he does come, I mean, sci-fi is not wrong. He comes with tons of stuff. I mean, this is a sweet looking Apocalypse. If I were to make him the comic version, I mean, it would be basically just replacing a lot of the purple, wouldn't it? With blacks and grays. And there's customizers out there that would do that. But then suddenly it gets to be a lot more pricey than 120 plus tax and shipping. Sci-fi, yes, ball bag waist and upper torso twist. Yep. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one that's stoked about that. Oh man, if they start doing that with all their Marvel Legends guys, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I mean, Hasbro, besides Transformers, was kind of just off the list now. But if they keep this up, maybe not. Oh man, all right. Well, hey, let's see, can't get past that Marilyn Manson look he's sporting. Yeah, but that's only because he is as far beyond mutant as mutants are beyond human. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. All right, always good to end on an awesome note like that. That Apocalypse is looking good. Pixelated. I would love for Legends to improve articulation and keep a $30 to $35 price point. Same here. I think the one nice thing is Hasbro has pretty much acknowledged that these things are made for us. So Hasbro needs to make them look like they're made for us. And for me, anyway, that's a huge step in that direction. That's pretty awesome, honestly. Yeah. Anyway, it is always good to end the night on a highlight like that. That's true. That's true. But he's also huge. Uh yeah, okay. I gotta shut it down, or I'm just gonna sit here and look at this picture for 10 more minutes. So anyway, guys, thanks very much for stopping by this fine evening. Always good to see you. Always good to sit here and hang out. And as you know, you could have done anything tonight. Instead, you chose to hang out here with all of us. So thank you very much. I hugely appreciate it. So until next time, have fun and happy snapping. See ya. This is where I hit end stream twice. I wish they just let you hit it once, but then they think you'd screw up, and I would. Here we go. I'm hitting it a second time. See everybody Thursday.